The income tax cuts in this bill are designed in such a way that a lot of Minnesotans who are struggling to pay the bills don't get any of the benefit of it. A married couple filing jointly with $38,000 a year income doesn't qualify for any of the cuts. But somebody who makes $380,000, 10 times as much, or 100 times as much, somebody who's making $3.8 million, they do get the tax cut. So I'd like to offer the A77 amendment.
Senator Marty offers the A77 amendment. The Secretary will report the amendment.
Senator Marty moves to amend House File Number 2125 as amended pursuant to Rule 45 as follows. Page 59, line 3, strike. This is the A77 amendment.
To the amendment, Senator
Marty. Thank you, Mr. President. What this amendment would simply do would be, instead of making the cut in the second tier, which benefits the second, third, and fourth tiers, we would make the same level cut in the first tier, reducing it down to 5.12%. So it would hit everybody. Everybody who's paying any income taxes would be a beneficiary of that. But then in exchange for that, we're lowering the threshold for which one jumps into the fourth tier by about $5,000, a very small amount. And so those folks at the top end might not be making as much benefit out of this tax cut, but the people who need it most would be benefiting. So this is a simple amendment for that, and I'd urge your support. Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Chamberlain, I do not recall a time last year where you had a tax cut for the fourth tier and you offered an amendment to change that to a tax cut for the first tier instead. I failed to remember that. You may have had one to provide income tax cuts on across the board last time. You don't this year, but you did not have this change from what's in the bill to this change. We never had this amendment last year. So it's a totally different thing. If the question is, should we cut income taxes for low-income folks, my point is, with the numbers you're spending in the bill, the amount of money you are putting into this tax bill, if you would be putting it into people who could use it more, the people up to $38,000, instead of those who are making $3 million, I think that would make it fair. This is not saying that if this amendment passes, I think this is a great tax bill, because I think it's a lousy tax bill. I don't support the bill. I'm just saying this will make it a little less bad. So I think you're misstating something when you think that I think that passing this amendment will make it a perfect bill, because it won't. I'm simply saying that instead of cutting taxes on the wealthy, let's cut them on lower income people. And I think that's something that you've said you support. So I'd urge your support for this amendment.